What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, you can already tell it's going to be a little bit interesting if we're sitting in the lobby. The reason why is because we have to talk about something that you may have progressed intentionally or unintentionally just by playing the game, and it's survivor medals. This is something where you actually get a backbling for each stage you complete, and each stage, except for the final mythic stage, has 10 levels for you to do, where it's like, oh, place top percentage with this amount of eliminations. Do that a certain amount of times, you go up to the next level until it's literally win the game, right? Get a victory royale with 10 eliminations 9 times in order to have completed every single one of the survivor medals. Of course, as you can see right here, we've completed all the survivor medals. One thing that makes it a lot easier is the fact that they're available in bot lobbies. However, despite this, and despite us getting a free backbling reward, which if I go over here and show you guys being the prize llama, and it having different rarity styles, uncommon, common rarity, rare rarity, epic, legendary, exotic, and even mythic rarity, there's a chance that this backbling may not have actually been worth the grind. Now I'm going to kind of go in detail here, give you some information as to why, and talk about what I personally think Epic Games is going to do. So firstly, it all starts with this image spotted over on Twitter the other day, which states, the whole entire newsfeed stuff about earn your prize llama. It says, complete the common survivor medal 1 to unlock the prize llama backbling. Complete additional survivor quests to increase your medal rarity and earn the mythic prize llama style. Survivor medal progression will restart at the start of each season. Now, when people read that last line, a lot of people kind of didn't even know it at first, right? It was never mentioned in the blog post. It was never really mentioned anywhere. It was just kind of thrown in at the random, bit of a random mod of the day, newsfeed image that you would see in game whenever you launch it, right? And it's not something that everyone would see. Like, I personally never even saw that in my newsfeed as far as I can recall, because, it's just going to be something where it's like, yeah, I already know about that type of stuff, but also because of the fact that how the newsfeed works is that it's dependent on different people, right? So depending on the person looking in the newsfeed and what they've done in the game, what they've bought, not bought, what progression they've reached or whatever, the newsfeed will actually be unique for you, where there's going to be a point where some people have never even seen that newsfeed image or whatever, and they might not even know that the survivor medal will actually, reset at the start of next season. The only thing that they would probably, recognize that kind of hint towards that is right down here where it says earn the highest medal before the end of the season, signifying that, hey, this is going to be resetting or ending at the end of the season, right? But it has a lot of people kind of up in arms because of the vagueness of it, being very confused regarding the backbling, because they never mention anything regarding, the styles you unlock will stay through the next season or whatever, and we have had situations before where cosmetics will reset for each season, such as the crowned victory royale emote, which shows how many crowned wins you got each season, right? It would change and go back to 0 at the start of each one, and because of that, and because of this being a similar system, it has a lot of people speculating, are they going to make it so that these backblings end up resetting? Are they going to just make a new survivor medal reward each season? Or are you just going to be progressing through the exact same cosmetics over and over and over again for no real change? It is something where it's like at its core, it does make sense, they could reset it. And even in the way of how the file was working and everything else, they can 100% reset the thing, because if we go here and I actually showcase this to you guys, one thing Epic Games can do, and they've done this before, is actually make it so that there's a modification for your actual game files, meaning at the end of each season, your profile will either delete specific data or it'll reset specific things in order to make it so things such as, variants that were supposed to be for a specific time or whatever, they could technically remove those at the end of a season. And they also mainly use it for quests like these over here, where it's like, oh, these ranked quests are going to be gone next season, so make sure at the end of the current season to revoke these from the actual character, profile or whatever else. So logistically speaking, would it be a very difficult thing for them to do in order to, reset this backbling and make it common for everyone, including people who already completed it and everything? No, it is not hard for them to do that at all. They can very, very easily do it. However, I don't think that's what they're going to do. And I say that for a few reasons. Firstly, they never mentioned this backbling being reset, right? They only mentioned that the survivor medals themselves are going to be reset, but even though there's the fact that they could technically remove variants from people's accounts at the end of a season or whatever, they've never done it before, and the only time that they've ever removed an item from accounts has been specifically for removing quest bundles, such as in my data for my account profile right now, which I just checked, the only thing it's set to remove from my account anytime soon soon on the 26th is the My Hero quest from actually showing up in my menu through the actual backend, you know, the API and everything else. But other than that, nothing is said to be revoked from my account, removed from it, or anything else anytime soon. According to, you know, my extracted account data that you're able to get through, you know, like using APIs and tools and stuff like that. But other than that, right, other than the fact that I personally doubt that they're going to do that, here's what I think they're going to do. Even if they were to remove variants, right, there would be a little bit of an odd situation going on here where if you unlock the backbling from completing the common stages, you would still technically have a backbling in your inventory, even if your survivor medals were all the way back at common. So what I think they're going to do is each season they're going to be making a new reward, and that reward is going to have different variants going from common all the way to, you know, mythic and everything else for all the different rewards and everything, right? And it's going to be something where, you know, that actual backbling you get is specific for that season because the survivor medals will reset each season, but the backbling itself won't reset its season. That is one thing I think they could do, is actually do different backblings, you know, different designs and stuff like that. I'm never sure what all they would actually go about doing in terms of different designs, because as you can see right here, we have this one, and fun fact, by the way, this is actually codenamed Llama Nuggets, but they have this actual design and everything, you know, it makes sense, it's a llama or whatever else. They have a lot of different iconologies and stuff that they could use for backblings, but I think they might explore other things in the future, such as imagine pickaxes, glider, you know, something along those lines, where you actually earn different styles of it as you continue going through those different ranks and everything else. And even if they want to be extra, they can make it so one season we get wraps or something, right? And as you go through the different stages, maybe you'll get a different wrap for that stage's color. Maybe they could even do multiple emoticons, because it's not locked to just being variants through the system. They could literally make it so each stage you complete, you know, each level and tier you go up, it just gives you a different themed emoticon or something, just to make it so all the rewards are spaced out in a nice way. So I feel like that is one of the things that they could do. Another thing that they could do, which I would feel a little odd with them doing, is making it so that each season, yes, the survivor medals will reset and everything else, but every single season that they reset, it's only going to give you this backbling as a reward, right? It's going to give you the different variants for it and everything else, and it would be a situation where it's like, hey, have you already earned the rewards? They could go about it two ways, one being, oh, you know, you don't get any extra rewards, or they can make it so those different stages you complete actually give you XP on top of the normal level in order to make it all balance out. Now, I know the way the survivor quests currently work in game is that they give you 10,000 XP per stage you complete anyways, but I think that, you know, if they made it a little bit somehow, like they've never done this before, but if they had a boost somehow where it's like, oh, have you already earned the backbling? Well, if you've already earned the backbling, that, you know, they're not going to change or anything, just being the mythic prize llama, then maybe you get a additional set of XP instead of just kind of grinding out for this small amount, only being 10,000 XP per stage you actually do. And of course, you know, it makes it a little bit more rewarding for people who are actively playing the game and who have already received that backbling reward. I would, however, love to hear in the comments down below, what do you guys think they're going to be doing with the survivor medals going forwards? Do you think they're going to be resetting the backbling? Personally, I highly doubt they're resetting this backbling, right? I think if you've earned any of the variants from this backbling, they are yours to keep, and you should be able just to use them whenever you want. And I think that what they're going to be doing going forwards is either just making it so that the actual, you know, progression resets each season, and the whole entire progression and everything else just gives you the exact same rewards every single time, but they don't actually revoke anything from you, or I think they might make it so you have a different actual reward for every single season that you complete. But regardless of how they end up doing it, one added little leaker note I will add here to the end of this video is that the quests aren't considered Battle Pass permanent quests. To kind of explain what that is, sometimes Epic Games will have Battle Pass permanent quests where if you earn the quest line during that specific season, you can do it whenever you want, regardless of how many seasons go ahead in front of it. However, quests that are specifically in that season's Battle Pass plugin folder get deleted from the files after that season's over, and these quests are all labeled specifically as Season 26, which of course is Chapter 4, Season 4 as we're currently in, but on top of that, they're also labeled as things that will be deleted from the files at the end of the season, not the rewards, not the backbling or anything, but the quests themselves, meaning that Epic Games most likely how they're going to do it is make a new quest set for Season 27, 28, and so on and so forth that have slightly altered rewards, slightly altered things to them, and maybe even slightly altered progression. Imagine we get a different backbling or something next season, and instead of earning victory royales with a certain amount of eliminations or something, it will be something like, you know, place top percentage or whatever with this amount of chest open, place top blah 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 with chest open, or even get eliminations and open a certain amount of chests in a single match, you know, something along those lines. They have a lot of different areas scenario where they're able to actually, you know, interact with this and play with it a little bit more in order to make the survivor medal even better and make it slightly more engaging for every single season to come ahead. But I thought I would share this information for you guys because there has been a lot of speculation over that last line in the newsfeed you're seeing on screen once again regarding the whole survivor medal progression restarting at the start of each season. And with that said, I'll catch you champs and champettes next time with another video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and of course, peace out.